So did you ever have a moment when you saw someone in need and you immediately knew that you could help, only to have your very next feeling be one of anxiety? That if you really got involved and extended your hand, that you might be left without enough for yourself. If that's you, you aren't alone. We all worry, and we all find ourselves wanting more. So imagine for just a minute that you were given everything that you dream about. How long will you feel content before the hunger for more reemerges? When is enough truly enough? There's a message I hear constantly from all directions. Grab for what you want because it might not be there tomorrow. And so we grab for that girl or grab that toy or grab that drink or step over others for that next advancement. And we're sure it's going to fill that empty spot within ourselves, only it doesn't. It actually reminds me of what God says to the people of Israel in the Old Testament of the Bible, where he says, you've made two really big mistakes. Number one, you've forsaken me, the spring of living water. That's how God describes himself to us. And secondly, you've spent all your time digging for yourselves cracked wells that don't hold any water. It's an amazing image, isn't it? Cracked wells. You try to keep all this for yourself because you're afraid you're not going to have enough, or you feel like you've got to keep up with all the stuff that other people are getting. And God says, no, cracked wells is not the way. Because actually, I think that's what I've done for myself. I try to store up enough for me to make sure that I have enough for a rainy day or for old age. And it wouldn't surprise me that if a lot of you live the same way. So there is another way to live, and it's counterculture. It's counterintuitive. It's a different way of seeing the world. It's the book of Proverbs where God says, you know, the person who gives away will find themselves with more, but the person who withholds from others will find themselves living in poverty. In fact, the generous person in this verse will be prosperous. And then here's the promise I love. The one who refreshes others will himself be refreshed. That's the promise that God makes. Like, you're fearful, you're worried, you feel like others are getting ahead of you, and God says, what's the real answer to that? The answer that he gives is to give yourself away, to give your stuff away, to live generously, to live with open hands. And if you do, you'll find not only are you not empty, but you're refreshed and you're fulfilled. So Jesus asks all of us in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 6, your clothes, why are you so worried about what you wear? And food, why are you so worried about what you're going to eat or drink? He says, don't you understand that your Heavenly Father knows exactly what you need? I'm actually sitting at my kitchen table. This is actually the happiest place in my life. This is the place where for over 2 decades, laughter has exploded in this room over and over again. Just people spilling food, people spilling drinks, people telling stories. My own kids with milk spurting out of their noses because they're laughing so hard at something that one of their brother or sisters did. And I think, not everybody has a kitchen table like this. Some of you are going, well, I don't have a room like that. Well, maybe you don't. But I tell you what you do have. You have a Heavenly Father that knows exactly what you need, who wants to prove to you that no matter where you go or what you do, that if you open up your lives to others, you'll find yourself refreshed. You'll find yourself with more than enough. And you'll find that there is more than enough love and generosity to go around. Who are the happiest, most joyful people that you've known in your life? My guess is that your mind instantly goes to someone who's generous. People that give away huge parts of their resources, their relational energy, and their time. And I find that they're the healthiest, most fulfilled people that I've ever been around. When I'm in my worst moment, I have a death grip on my stuff. But when I find myself able to finally realize that God cares for me, I'm able to live in a new way. And here's what I know. People who are generous believe in the goodness and faithfulness of God. They really believe that Jesus Christ not only knows about every detail of their lives, but is concerned deeply about them and will take care of them. What if the best investment we can make was actually not in ourselves? Not in our retirement plans, our checking accounts, how we spend our free time. What if we begin to see that the greatest investment is in other people? True spiritual wealth is found in the understanding that all we have comes from Jesus. And because of that, there is more than enough to go around. You want to find your life? Here's the invitation. Lose it. You want to have it all? Just give it all away. This could begin a journey of living free from the worry of not having enough. Let's start tasting the inexhaustible joy, and gratitude, and abundance that comes from knowing Jesus Christ and living like He lives with our hands wide open.